This is Bathsheba. She is Karen, a minority ethnic group in Thailand. The 2-year-old attends government daycare, and her 2 brothers attend elementary school. Her father, Toto Pa, is close to his children and plays an active role in their care. The family is doing their best to meet their children's needs, but it's not their responsibility alone. In fact, early childhood development is a shared responsibility of families, communities, and governments together. Every year, 129 million newborns begin an extraordinary journey that forms the foundation for lifelong learning. Yet people do not think that education starts at birth, and very little goes into supporting holistic early childhood development. This family's hope is similar to families everywhere. In fact, a child's well-being can be ensured and protected, beginning at the home in their early years of life.
So Arne came up with 5 key messages to help improve early childhood. The first key message is the early years, ensuring a child rights from the start. And the second message is ECCD begins at home, caring for children in a nurturing and stimulating environment. The third is quality early childhood matters, making a critical investment for country's future. The fourth key message is inclusive ECCD for all, valuing and respecting the unique needs of every child. And lastly, our fifth message is integrated ECCD, working towards a seamless early childhood system.
Families play a central role in young children's lives, and it's really important to see how families can feel empowered to provide the child a nurturant and stimulating environment, and to be able to access services which will help them overcome difficulties of illness, of malnutrition, and indeed provide that support that the child needs for optimal development. And I think early childhood can really play an effective role in that scenario.
You have to start from when the child is in the womb. So start from the womb, you have to start having a healthy mother to have a healthy child, a baby to be born. And then from there, of course, we have the whole process of nurturing a healthy child, giving good stimulation, good care and attention, affections. But stimulation is not only from the mother's side, it happens with the fathers in particular. You have to have 2 to produce a baby to begin with. And also you have the father interaction is a different nature from mother's interaction. And that actually really provides a balanced, nurturing environment for the child. And also you also need, other generations to interact in the home environment. I mean, that is the advantage of a home, your parents or grandparents, cousins, sisters, siblings together.
In the Asia-Pacific region, 0 to 3 is the most neglected age group, despite research showing that the first 3 years is when the brain develops the most rapidly. 85% of a child's core brain structure is formed by age 3, but less than 4% of public investments in education and development occur during that period.
From brain research, we know that learning is very rapid in the early years. We also know that the window of opportunity for learning is in those early years, and if those connections to the brain are not made at the right age, it may not be possible to make those connections later. So doing that at the right period of one's lifespan is important.
Societies must ensure that all children have access to quality early childhood programs. Early childhood care and education must reach every child, regardless of their situation or background.
In the Asia context, sometimes parents or the community thinks that what is important is about learning ABC and about calculating, about counting, but they did not think so much about the holistic development. So to us, in order to ensure quality, these kind of messages are important, which is ensuring that the program is hands-on, the program is child-centered, the kids are given opportunity to explore, and most important, it must be developmentally appropriate and also learning through play and not in such a formal situation, because kids learn best through play, and this is where the evidence or research can actually advise the people who are implementing it.
I think another aspect that is at the heart of the issue of quality is the extent to which a program can address diversity that every child brings to a classroom and a learning situation. Very often, children come from different communities. They may speak a different language at home, which may not be the language of instruction in a formal educational setting. But an early childhood is the period during which that diversity can actually be taken into the classroom as a resource and built upon to enable the child to engage meaningfully with this formal setting into which they are going into, and learning can be more accessible and fun.
What we would like to advocate in our region is to make sure that governments are aware of the fact that you can't really talk about just one aspect of the child's well-being, but it has to be more of an integrated approach where all the different subsectors of the country will come together in coordinated manner so that families know clearly where to go when they want to get good services, good care, good advice, and for their child.
I think adults may be thinking of the longer term benefits for the child as well. They're laying this foundation because it helps the future learning. But I think for the child in the immediate context, if it is done well, it's an enjoyable experience because it's a well-nourished, a well-cared for, and a child who's given opportunities to interact and relate well is going to enjoy the experience of that early childhood span of his life as well.
Children grow the fastest, but are also the most vulnerable during these early years. The Asia-Pacific region needs to work together towards a seamless early childhood system to meet the holistic needs of all young children, who are indeed our future.